Valuable One, winner of the Champions Mile, where he defeated Joyful Winner. He's had a recent trial on the 25th of September. It was a good trial as well, hit the line strongly. He's got his way up in the ratings though now, Jenny. He's rated 122.
Looks a little bit on the soft side for my liking. He's quite a small horse. He's got, you know, a little bit of depth and muscle about him, but I would suggest he will come on for the run today.
Yeah, there'll be pace on, and I think that might be his undoing. But he's definitely a class horse, and he showed that in one of the big races last term. And I just thought, with the rating that he's at the moment and giving weight away, pretty hard task for him. But he's drawn nicely in gate 1. This is a very good quality horse in Joyful Winner. Well, he's been working a fair bit with Able One, and look, Joyful Winner trialled well. His preparation's been solid. He's a quality galloper, and I think if the pace is on, which it should be here, he should be sprouting wings in the concluding stages. And well, he's good enough to win.
He's good enough to win. He doesn't look great in his coat. He's a little bit dull. He's obviously had an accident with his knee, you know, a long while ago. He's got an old scar on that doesn't seem to worry him as he's walking out here. He looks quite okay, but doesn't look great in his coat, so a little bit dull. Definitely good enough on form.
Yeah, definitely on his abilities, good enough. Just the conditions of the race, handicap being first up, he goes well fresh, obviously. I can see him running on, but whether he can get there in time under that weight, I'm not sure. Egyptian Ra, well, this has been a real rise to stardom. This horse gone from a rating of 75, he's now up to a rating of 117. He picked up a Group 3 in the latter end of last term over the track and distance.
He actually looks really well, Egyptian Ra. He's bandaged in front, but he was last time as well. His coat's definitely improved since the last time. I thought he looked fairly dull last time, but it's come on for sure, and there's nothing too much wrong with Egyptian.
No, full credit to David Hall. He's done a magnificent job with him. He's holding his form well and competing at the highest level. If not pressured in a front-running role, he can take some running down Egyptian Ra, but there is pressure. Well, it'll certainly set it up for a couple of the other big names in the race. There is trainer David Hall on screen. He's taken him from a rating of 79 up to 117, and his form was pretty well exposed before David Hall got his hands on him. I thought this was potentially a big improver today, and that's number 5, Downtown. Nice run first up behind Sunny Power. I think his work since has been excellent. He was a consistent galloper all last term, and look, he should put himself in a nice spot from gate 6.
Yes, I agree with you, Clint. I think he looks a little bit more switched on than he did last time. I think I didn't give him too much of a rap last time. I don't think he'd get too many anyway, but he definitely looks better than he did last week. Certainly tightened up a bit for that run. Doesn't generally carry a lot of weight, but I think he looks a bit better today.
Yeah, I think he's a genuine player as well in the race. Douglas White looking for 5 winners on end. Of course, he didn't ride in the previous event, but he won 4 races prior to that. He'll pilot Downtown. Dave's Best, he's 50 to 1, hasn't raced for 223 days. He's an 8-time winner, getting on now a little bit, but there were signs early September when he trialled well here at Shatin that he's still feeling good about himself.
Well, he's very heavily bandaged in front, but he's walking out quite okay. His coat's quite okay as well. I don't think he's too far off being fully fit, but I would suggest after this run today, he might be worth looking at if he goes well today.
Certainly could. Here's Green Birdie. I thought actually this was the time to follow him up to the 1400 metres. A race where there's going to be speed on, and he's had the benefit of a run. It was an excellent performance at that. I think Green Birdie today just might be the day. A little bit fractious.
A little bit fractious, right near me too. But he's actually looking really, really well in himself. His coat's quite okay. Bit of a shine to it. He's feeling well, that's for sure. He looks very fit, and if he can get away from the gates on time, he looks fit enough and well enough to run extremely well.
Yeah, they rang that bell, Brett, and he was ready to jump into the ring.
He's going to jump on me.
Thought it was the starter's game. Yeah, I think he's terrifically well placed at the handicaps. Green Birdie had the benefit of a run plus a trial, so that he doesn't get too carried away with himself here at the moment.
He's starting to get himself a little bit wound up here, so we'll keep an eye on him.
Yes, it's not a good sign, but I think he's extremely hard to beat today. Casper earlier in the day mentioned that he thought this horse would be racing more forward. He wouldn't be in the first half, but he thought he might be in the last 5, which is more forward than we've seen him so far here in Hong Kong. He's normally been tailed off, at least a couple of lengths behind the second last horse. Nilometer or Nilometer. Look, he's a good, honest campaigner, but this is beyond him for me.
Yep, I think he'll probably need a run. He's starting to get himself a little bit warm. He's bandaged behind on his bumpers. He's sweating up a little bit behind. He looks a touch soft at the moment, so I'd be happy to watch him today.
Just not good enough. There's a lot of quality in this field, and he would want further anyway than the 1400, but third will bring him along in terms of fitness, and whatever he does, there'll be a fair bit of improvement to come from Nilometer. The ring bit going on him for the first time today. Got John Size and pretty well represented in this race with Pocket Money, who of course we've spoken a bit about, and he's won 2 out of 2 this term. He's a 6-4 favourite. This is his toughest test to date, however.
I'm sorry, Pocket Money? Oh, he looks fabulous. He looks as well as he has his last 2 outings. I couldn't knock him at all. Very fit, healthy in his coat. If you like Pocket Money, he's going to be very hard to beat on looks.
Yep, he's the favourite. The fold his form, holds the track record here at 1400 metres. But clearly his toughest test. Nice and relaxed. 5-time winner from 25. He's really taken a big leap in the ratings. Now at 104. San Lorenzo had his fair share of problems. He's had the 1 run back. He finished 4 lengths behind Sunny Power and Egyptian Ra in the on the opening day here in Hong Kong.
You know what, he looks really well. I thought first up he looked okay, there was nothing too much wrong with him, but today he actually looks really well. It'll be very hard to knock him. He looks like he's done plenty of work. I tend to think his best days are behind him, but on looks, nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, I didn't mind the way he was working going to that first run. I think this is a bit tougher, this race, but I don't think it'll be too long before San Lorenzo finds a suitable race. Rating-wise, on 104, he might be near his limit, but he'll find more suitable contests. As we've just been told, whoever is judging has turned out to bet Able One as the best turned-out horse. Might get some disagreements, but
I wouldn't agree with that.
We'll get Jenny's thoughts of the top 4 a little later. We've still got some to run through.
Couple down the bottom to look at, Tiber and Sounds Best. Both long shots in the race. Tiber's at 50 to 1, Sounds Best is 100 to 1 plus. And they're about to come on screen. Tiber will be first, Jenny. That's him in the white with the red cross. So he's been a good old performer in his day, hasn't he? He's run some very good placings behind some very good horses, and of course was the winner of the Hong Kong Macau Trophy late last season.
Well, he is a horse that can also race quite well fresh, but he'd need a fair deal of luck from gate 13 here today. On the look side of things, I think he looks okay, but he probably just needs this 1 run just to tighten him up a touch. And he looks quite good in his coat, so there's not too much wrong with him there. Just a little bit more fitness after today, though.
Was that Tiber, Jenny?
Yeah, that was Tiber.
Yeah, Tiber over 50 to 1. The one probably hasn't won the amount of races he should have as far as his ability is concerned, but talented galloper nonetheless.
He's only won 3 times, but yet he's won nearly 14 million in prize money.
Yeah, this one on screen, Sounds Best. Didn't think he'd be threatening them today. He's rated 101. Look, I think he's high enough anyway, and well, there's just a lot more quality to this field than what he's used to facing.
Yeah, well, 1400's probably not really his go anyway, and he has been lame in his left fore fetlock way back in May earlier this year. Looking at him, he looks quite good. He's well in his coat. I think he does probably need this particular run just to bring him on a touch.